A relatively new term that has been cropping up in the scientific community is the idea of a data scientist. So, as you may notice throughout the book, there's actually this idea or this concept of students becoming data scientists. So, we really need to decide how we're going to help students get to the point where they understand what that role really is. Now, if you go online, there are a lot of different definitions of what a a data scientist is and what they do. So understand that these key characteristics that we're going to share are really within the context of this activity book, understanding that there's a lot of other definitions that are out there. So within the context of this activity book, a data scientist is able to mine for existing or collect original data. Okay, this is not unreasonable. This is what you would typically believe that any ordinary scientist would be able to do. Find and mine for that data that's already existing and on the web. And you notice a lot of the activities that are on in the activity book are centered around this. Or collect that original data through their own experimentation. But at this point, moving forward, is where we're really starting to get into that higher order thinking skills. Because it's also about being able to discover or even reveal patterns that exist within data sets and even between those data sets. So like in the Google Trends search activity, where students may have found patterns that existed in a single set. They saw that there was a recurring timeline where tsunamis or hurricanes or certain types of solar events were cyclical in pattern, to now combining data sets and seeing trends and corroborating evidence to support natural phenomena or occurrences that they see in nature. Now, what we believe as a part of this book needs to be the most important emphasis of what a data scientist is capable of doing is telling the story. What so often when we think about data analysts, data collectors, it's more about the numbers and the figures and the analytics and the statistics and the graphs and the charts than it is about being able to reveal the story to both the scientific community and to the layperson. So one critical skill, and probably the most critical skill that our students today are going to have to be able to master, is the ability to tell the story that the data speaks to them, to change society, to solve a problem, or to generally help a community of learners understand the meaning that is underlying within the data that they find.